we've been talking about those players in real time, Bryon, who are dealing with newfound wealth. And then we've talked to psychologists, talked about how they need to prepare themselves from a physiological standpoint. What are you and your chapter doing to help players in transition and the various programs that you have in play to involve them in the broader community?
Right. We one of the things that we're trying to do is help them with the transitional time to where they're coming in and they're able to transition into the community and adopt to and know what's available to them through the NFL Players Association and all the benefits that's out there.
Yeah. So how, where are most players when they come in? I'm sure there's a spectrum. Some know more than others do about what the NFL PA's retired chapter's role is in their life. So how would you describe or characterize where the average player that comes in, becomes a member, is at psychologically with respect to all of those scopes of services that you just talked about? Do they know very much about it, or do some of them not know at all, and your role is to help them if they don't?
Right. And I think a lot of time they don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of time too, the insurance carry over for the last 5 years for most of the current players. And so what we try to do is get them engaged with what's available to them from start to finish, and also just making the transition. If they, we got degree completion program that's available for players, as well as getting that master's entrepreneurship. So what we try to do is make sure that they are in tune to everything that's available to them throughout the NFL PA.
So what do you see some of the things that they tend to be excited about or interested in, community service-wise, or even just whether it's pursuing a degree? What are some of the things that you see a trend that they tend to be gravitating toward?
I think they tend to gravitate to players that they have an inner circle relationship with, as well as not knowing that they have more things available to them that they don't know about.
Well, give us some idea of some of the services that they do have available to them. You talked a little bit about a couple of them.
Right.
What are some others?
Like the Boston College program that they'll be able to adapt into to know that they are able to go and get their entrepreneurship. And then there are services that help them with sponsoring if they want to start their foundation, nonprofit foundation, as well as start a business opportunity. So there's a lot of services out there that they can tap into, and then they can help advance them into a future in life.
And Bryon, it's a difficult truth in the National Football League. When you do something that requires so much focus and attention, oftentimes there are other aspects of your life that may have to be placed on the back burner to get 100%. And then by the time the cheering stops, there may be a bit of a gap between where you should be and where you actually are.
Right.
And then meantime, it seems like everybody else has kind of passed you by. What other things, counseling-wise, does the NFL PA retired chapter provide? Are there counseling services and things of that nature to help them as well?
There are. They also Plan 88 for health-related issues, for just anything related to health care. They can tap into those services, as well as needs for their families. There are scholarship services available as well for their kids to help them with scholarships. So there's a lot of things that they can tap into to advance them, that's available. And so I think the main thing that we want to do on local chapter side is to let them know that there are services that they can take advantage of. And there are scholarships available for kids that fathers played in the National Football League.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that, and I play. I've been paying for all my daughters and kids.
No, there's we give away $5,000 scholarship, $10,000 scholarship through the Players Athletic Foundation as well.
That's awesome.
Gene Upshaw Foundation as well. They can tap into.
Give us a nugget or two in the last question that we have for you, maybe two more. Give us a nugget or two about what you enjoy most about your job. I mean, obviously you get to connect to players that played the game like yourself. What else do you enjoy about it? What really gets you up in the morning when you think about it?
Well, one of the things that I try to do is let them know that we can tap into the healthcare component of it, meaning that
huge.
That you can have a hip replacement, you can have a knee replacement, shoulder replacement, and then Plan 88. So there's plenty of money that's out there that they can tap into. Also, players that have hardship if they maybe can't pay their mortgage, we have players that we have money that set aside that can pay and assist them in their mortgage, car assessment, and as well as to help them with legal services, like if you need an attorney, if you get if you need credit accommodation to increase your credit line. There are services that are also available for that as well.
Yeah, fantastic. So what year is this you for in your capacity at the NFL PA Players?
This is my 5th year. The last 4 years I was serving as president. Now I'm on the national board. So I oversee the Dallas, the Houston, and the Denver chapter to make sure those chapters and the players that's in those areas, in those cities, take advantage of the services that we provide.
How can those players that may be out there listening and watching on Facebook and via Twitter, how can they get in touch with you through the NFL PA?
Well, the NFLPA.com, that they can go and they can, it's free membership right now, and everything that's available to them is online, and they can tap into the Twitter, the Facebook, and as well as find the local chapters in those areas that they live. So those areas that they can take advantage of.
Yeah, Bryon, I'm looking over my shoulder here. I'm thinking that the Dolphins just got Josh Rosen, UCLA, and I guess the last great quarterback they had was my Oklahoma teammate and UCLA great Troy Aikman.
Right.
And this guy's, you know much about his game? He's pretty gifted, pretty talented.
I think he's one of the best quarterbacks that was in the draft this year.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's got all